Reader's Digest. Now this is February 2021. And yes, as you can see, we've got lots of points alike. We're going to start over here. The quotable quotes on page 24 and 25. And yes, I probably should be wearing my glasses. Next time you're discussing an important issue with someone, ask yourself, is this a monologue or a dialogue? Personally, I'm only interested in the latter. Reese Witherspoon, the actor. Cool detachment only gets you so far, but passion gets you a lot further. John Legend, the musician. I can live with a mistake. What I couldn't live with is sloppiness. And there's a difference. Dana Kennedy, publisher. You can achieve your dreams at any age. Did you know that Harrison Ford was 30 and he was a carpenter? Did you know that Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40? Even Captain Crunch joined the Navy at 50. Leslie Jones, the comedian. Today we live in the moment unless it's unpleasant, in which case we will eat a cookie. Of course, that's the Cookie Monster, the Muppet. We were always walking with our younger selves. I feel like I'm always answering to her about whether I'm being as brave as I could be, or as big or as I could be, or as ambitious as I could be. Greta Gerwig, the director. There are years that ask the question and years that answer. Zora Neale Hurston, the author. I am older than fire and twice as hot. Cher, the singer. And the point to ponder? I have been a scoundrel all my life, selfish, cruel at times, hard to work with. I'm grateful so many have given me a second chance. That's when we are at our best, when we support each other. Not when we cancel each other out for our past mistakes, but when we help each other grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other to redemption. Joaquin Phoenix, the actor. Okay. Now, these are 13 things, and with Valentine's Day out there, y'all come to me for advice anyway. I thought this was a good one. You're going to pucker up. Yep, this is facts about kissing. Is it in his kiss? Scientists think so. During a smooch, our senses heighten and we subconsciously pick up on things such as our health and genetic compatibility or of our lip-locking partner. A first kiss can be especially a make-out or breaker moment. 59% of men and 66% of women often say they end things after one bad kiss. And that's the first thing it says. Number 2, kissing is neither universal nor unique to humans. In 2015, anthropologists at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, concluded that fewer than half of 168 cultures they studied engaged in romantic kissing. Meanwhile, apes, such as the chimpanzees and the bonobos, I don't know what they do or what they are, have been observed locking lips. Now the bonobos even use their tongue. 3. One explanation of how the term, quote, French kiss, end quote, came about is that British and U.S. servicewomen returning from World War I described and even tried a tongue-heavy approach they saw the French using. However, that French language had no formal word to describe that sensual style until a prominent dictionary included the term galoche. Think of sloppy, wet galoshes in its 2014 edition. 4. English has numerous ways to describe the mashing of lips, from fancy osculation to the slangy necking and expressions such as making out and tonsil hockey. When it comes to spelling out the sound of a kiss, most opt for moi. Germans, however, say smatz. Greeks go for matzmutz, and Japanese use chew. To me, that sounds like they're chewing food. Just saying. Number 5. A single kiss involves as many as 30 facial muscles. Now, while it's not exactly cardio, kissing can burn calories, 2 to 6 per minute, with more passionate sessions burning up to a total of 26. Now, on an average, we spend 2 weeks of our lives smooching, so it could take your entire kissing existence to work off that box of chocolates from Valentine's Day. 6. Unless you're a Yukikaki Lasaka tyrant who hold the record for the world's longest kiss, the Thai couple canoodled for 58 hours, 35 minutes, and 58 seconds back in 2013. They aren't the only ones who take their smooching seriously. Thanks to the philematology, the scientific study, we know that most people tilt their heads to the right as they pucker up. Number 7. American films made between 1930 and 1968 were not to include excessive kissing, quote unquote. According to the set of guidelines called by Hays Code, Alfred Hitchcock cleverly got around this in his 1946 film Notorious by having Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman kiss repeatedly yet intermittently. Their lips never touched for longer than 3 seconds at a time. The first interracial kiss of the American television took place on the episode of the Star Trek in 1968. Producers of the show worried about how some stations would react and wanted to film a second version in which the screen kiss happened off-screen. That was by Emily Goodman, and that was page 28, 29, and it continues on page 30. But actors William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols, playing Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura, deliberately flubbed their lines to force them to use the original take. Number 9. Public displays of affection can get you into trouble in some places. They're illegal in Dubai and frowned upon in China. Even the French outlawed smooching on train platforms to prevent amorous passengers from delaying train departures. Lip laws go back centuries. King Henry VIII of England banned all the kissing in 1439 to stop the spread of the bubonic plague. Number 10. While mononucleosis, aka the kissing disease, is only one of several conditions you can catch from a kiss, in most cases swapping spit boosts your immunity. When you smooch someone new for the exchange of tens of millions of microfibers, long-term partners share a common microbe mix from all the years of lip smacking. These exchanges help protect us against the infections and maybe even allergies. 11. Sealing something with a kiss became a popular practice during medieval times when most people were illiterate. Someone who couldn't sign his name on a contract could instead draw an X and then kiss the mark to make it legally binding. That's why the X's in X and O stands for kisses. 12. The tradition of kissing at midnight on New Year's Eve is rooted in the English folklore and superstition, and that is not doing so portends a loveless year ahead. For good measure, New Year's revelers in Scotland kiss every one in the room. 13. A dozen men and at least 3 women have claimed to be the most iconic smoochers in history. The nameless sailor and the nurse lopping lips in the Times Square on VJ Day. Photographer Alfred Eisenstadt started following the sailor after he noticed him moving about the crowd and kissing anyone wearing a skirt. When the sailor came up upon the nurse, whose white dress contrasted nightly with his dark suit, Eisenstadt snapped the picture but neglected to get their names, creating a mystery for all the ages. And at the very bottom it says, the divine feline. In ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods. They have not forgotten this, Terry Pratchett, the author, says. They have 9 tricks to improve your life. They found a fix. And that's on page 31. It says, to protect deterrence by design, pine cones can help defend your houseplants from mischievous feline visitors. If your cat can't help but dig and meddle, or worse, in your ficus, keep a few pine cones in the pot. Cats hate touching them. They won't even ruin the natural look of the greenery. And that is on page 31. And it says from rd.com, thehealthy.com. Number 2, you can save on printing cost. Money. Printer ink can become a major business expense in your home office. Depending on your printer, you may be able to refill your cartridge yourself with a bottle of black ink and small syringe. For most brands, just peel the sticker off a cartridge to reveal the 5 holes. The top 3 should lead to the ink reservoir. The magnifying your glass on your phone. Tech. Trouble reading a menu on your iPhone? Go to Settings, Accessibility, Magnifier. Flip it on. Then when you click the home button 3 times, the camera will appear as a magnifying lens with a zoom function. Android users use the feature on the Settings, Accessibility, Vision, Magnification. Then open the camera and tap the screen 3 times. Keep your mirrors fog-free. This is what you do at the home. Wiping the shower fog with your hand will leave a your bathroom mirror with more than streaky clean, squeaky clean. Instead, lightly coat the dry mirror with a thin layer of hand soap, then buff it with a cloth. The soap reduces the surface tension in the water and it inhibits the droplet formation, so the future showers won't fog up the glass. Arrivederci to sauce stains. Cleaning. Store bolognese in a plastic container one time and then the container never lets you forget it. Dishwasher and microwave heat seal in that orange tint permanently. Before it gets that far, add dish soap and a paper towel. Warm the water in the container, close the lid, and shake it for 60 seconds. Your best container will stay crystal clear. 6, we're not reading because I don't drink. It's called Mix Up Your Cocktails. 7, go Dutch when you get out of your car. Auto, don't fling the door open and potentially clock pedestrians on busy streets or ding doors in parking lots. Use the Dutch reach, courtesy of the cycling capital of the world. Open the door with your right hand and not your left. The pivot to do so draws your eye from the rear mirror to more accurately posterior view for a full survey of your surroundings, and then you can safely exit. Expose sneaky sugars. This is for your health. Many light products make up their reduced fat and flavor with hidden sugars. Enjoy that classic oil and vinegar combo can spare you light salad dressings, added sugars, and preservatives. And dressings partner in crime? Ketchup, whose sugar content goes in Canigo as brown high fructose corn and rice syrups. Instead, slather that burger with ketchup compadre, mustard, which typically doesn't contain any sugar. Snow removal made easy at your home. While the wet, heavy flakes are perfect for snowmen, they're backbreaking for those clearing the walkway. Skip the shovel and pack a ball of snow at your stoop, then roll it right down to the curb. It'll stick together and roll neatly like a carpet, exposing the clear walkway underneath. Those were some healthy tips there on page 32-33. Moving forward. Oh, I always enjoy the laughter. Okay, it says the results are back and you're just dehydrated. I've seen this picture a lot on Facebook. Okay, it says, rumor has it there is a rehab for gossiping. I don't need it, but I'll tell you who does, Jen Stansky, the comedian, says. The winning pot of chili at the country fair cook-off was named Gossip. Good to your face, but it talks behind your back. Submitted by Catherine Kitchen from Vernal, Utah. At the supermarket, buying a lot of groceries was a checking out as the clerk lifted the final bag, and the bottom gave way, sending the contents crashing to the floor. They don't make bags like they used to, the clerk said to the customer. That was supposed to happen in your driveway. Okay, it says artificial intelligence has much to learn when it comes to matters of the heart. These are some of the supposedly fun, flirty messages one of the most sophisticated text-generating computer programs came up with after being showed the examples of the real candy and the artificial intelligence. The real candy says forever. The artificial intelligence says doomed. The real candy says love bug. The artificial intelligence says ants can stay. The real candy says hug me. The artificial intelligence says body party. The real candy says let's kiss. The artificial intelligence calls it a biohazard. The real candy says true love. And the artificial intelligence says mild field. I don't even think they make those conversation hearts anymore. Anyway, moving forward. Oh yes, the word power. This is where we're throwing you a curveball this month with vocabulary roundup. A circular nature. Can you roll with the roundhouse or are you out of the loop? Give this quiz a whirl and take the spin for page 122 for the answers by Emily Cox and Henry Rathon. This is the genius section for word power, and it requires for me to put my glasses on, which I should have had on all along. Now, number 1 is the word rouleau, and it's a noun. And is it a roll of coins? That's A. Is it a mushroom cap? That's B. Or is it a crystal ball? It's spelt Rouleau. Rolo. Okay, I got my answer. Let's go to number 2. Ellipse. And its pronunciation is ellipse. It's a noun. Is it A, a crater, B, an oval, or C, a revolution? Again, that's A, a crater, B, an oval, or C, a revolution. Okay, now the third one. Gyre. And it's a noun. And it's spelled Gyre. Is that a spiral motion, A, a ring of fire, B, or a pirouette, C? Okay, number 4 is rotund. It's an adjective. Is it A, curled, B, plump, or C, rotating? The fifth one, and rotund is spelled R-O-T-U-N-D. R-O-T-U-N-D. The fifth one is circuitous, and it's spelled C-I-R-C-U-L-T-O-U-S. It's an adjective. Is it A, winding, B, surrounded, or C, eclipsed? Again, A, winding, B, surrounded, or C, eclipsed? Okay, the sixth one. Bobbin. It's a noun. Spelt B-O-B-B-I-N. Is it A, life preserver, A, spare tire, B, or a spindle for thread, C? The seventh one, aureole, and it's a noun. Is it A, a pearl, B, a seed, or C, a halo? And that's spelled A-U-R-E-O-L-E. The eighth one is cupula. It's a noun, and it's spelled C-U-P like Paul, O-L like Larry, A. Is it A, a bald spot, B, espresso mug, or C, a roof dome? Again, it's cupula. Number 9. Roundule. It's a noun, spelt R-O-U-N-D-E-L-A. Is it A, a traffic circle, B, a song with refrain, or C, a barber pole? Again, A, a traffic circle, B, a song with refrain, or C, a barber pole? Number 10. Ca-pa-ti, spelt C-H-A-P like Paul, A-T like Tom, I, and it's a noun. Is it A, a flatbread, B, an eye patch, or C, a tasseled belt? Number 11. Hora. It's a noun. It's spelt H like Hunter, O-R like Ralph, A like apple. Is it A, a clock face, B, a circular folk dance, or C, a burial mound? Hora. Number 12. Maelstrom. It's a noun, spelt M-A-E-L-S-T-R-O-M. Is it the eye of a hurricane, A, B, a water circle, or C, a whirlpool? Number 13, aperture, and that's a noun, and it's spelt A like apple, P like Paul, Erture. Is it A, orbit, B, hole, or C, wine cork? Okay, 14, ovate, and it's an adjective. It's O like Oprah, V like Victor, A, T like Tom, E. Is it A, coiled, B, wearing a crown, C, egg-shaped? A, coiled, B, wearing a crown, or C, egg-shaped? And number 15. Yes, I'm doing these as we read them off together. Oculus. It's a noun, and it's spelled Oculus. Is it the gun barrel, A, B, a spinal disc, or C, a round window? Again, a gun barrel, a spinal disc, or a round window. Now we're going to page 122 for the word answers. A very round number. As a symbol, it can be a circle or an oval, but the word zero comes from the Latin zephram and the Arabic zerf, quote-unquote empty, for a term that means, well, nothing. It has a lot of synonymous cipher, also from cipher, zilch, not, and nil, to name a few. Some sports have their own term. 1860s baseball gave us the goose egg, and in the tennis, it's love, probably from the idea of playing for nothing but the love of the game. Now for the answers. The first one, rendezvous, is a roll of coins and organizes his spare change into the rendezvous, but he always forgets to take them to the bank. I got it wrong. I said it was C. 2. Ellipse. It's an oval. I'm drawing your face as a greenish ellipse. No offense. I got that right. Thank you very much. 3. Gyre. It's a spiral motion. And it should be A, not B, Donna. Second one wrong. In the widening gyre, the drone rows over the field. 4 is rotund, and it's B, plump. Rover is getting a bit rotund. How many treats do you feed him? The veterinarian asked. Yay, I got that one right. Okay, 5. Circuitous. It's a winding. The hikers followed through the circuitous trail through the forest. Ooh, I got that right too. Okay. 6. Bobbin is a spindle for thread. That's C. My great-grandmother's vintage sewing machine is in the perfect condition, but it's missing the bobbin. I got that right. Again, the answers for all the way through 6. 1 is A, which is a roll of coins. 2 is B, oval. 3 is A, the spiral motion of gyre. 4 is B, rotund, plump. 5 is A, winding. 6 is C, spindle of thread. We're on 7, which is aureole, which is a halo. The sun shone behind Diana, making her blonde hair a glowing aureole, which is halo. Donna got that wrong. Okay, so we're going to 8. Cupola. It is a roof dome, which is C. The white marble cupola tops the mosque towering minaret. Okay. 9. Rondelay. It's a song with a refrain, and that's a B. The singer-songwriter's new album is full of soothing, folk-inspired rondelays. So 7 is C, 8 is C, 9 is B. 10. Chipotle is a flatbread. Dad whipped up his vegetable curry and fresh baked chipotle for dinner. And that's A. I'm not doing too good today on this. 11. B. Circular folk dance. If you're attending a wedding in Israel, be ready to hurrah. Oh, I did. No. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've gotten 4 right. Number 12. It's B. A whirlpool. The small fishing boat was nearly pulled into the powerful maelstrom, a whirlpool. Got that one wrong too. 13. The aperture is a hole. The willy fox slipped into the hen house through the aperture in the wall. I got that right. I'm doing stars for the ones I get right and X's for the ones I get wrong. Go figure. 14. Ovate. An egg-shaped. Before his fall, Humpty Dumpty had maintained his ovate physique, and that's the letter C. Number 15, oculus, round window. The stained glass in the chapel oculus dates to the 1920s. I did not do well on this one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says your vocabulary ratings. If you got 9 and below, you're coming around. If you got 10 to 12, you're well turned. If you got 13 to 15, you're in the winner's circle. So again, the answers are 1A, 2B, 3A, 4B, 5A, 6C, 7C, 8C, 9B, 10A, 11B, 12C, and 13B, 14C, and 15C. That was kind of fun, wasn't it? So you want to be sure to pick up this wonderful February Reader's Digest for some more fun and activities.